faith.
I once was a child with innocent eyes, and my family swore they knew best for my life. I followed the rules as I played with my friends. And when it came to the world, I never thought it would end. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Shield me from sorrow, from fear of tomorrow. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Shield me from sadness, from worry and madness. Lead me to the bliss. And as I grew up, I could never be free, 'cause the shackles I wore can't be touched or be seen. My heart never loved, and my soul couldn't lie. So much hate in my life, couldn't make out the path. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Shield me from sorrow, from fear of tomorrow. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Shield me from sadness, from worry and madness. Lead me to the bliss. And when I grew old, I was riddled with sin, locked my soul in the dark, never let the light in. I crawled toward the gate with little time left. I cried, what have I done? As I took my last breath. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Shield me from sorrow, from fear of tomorrow. Help me, faith. Help me, faith. Shield me from sadness, from worry and madness. Lead me to the bliss.
Have you ever stopped and looked at how your life's turned out? I mean, what you've actually done with it, you know? We're told we can be anything, right? A famous singer, Hall of Famer, movie star. We're all gonna be a success, Rook. But no, that's just not true. We live mundane lives, just doing what someone else tells us to do, day after day. Everybody thinks they have free will, but come on, when's the last time you did something that wasn't required, demanded? Nah, Rook, we don't live our lives. We live theirs. and we think we have free will. But that is just a lie. An illusion. Huh? Oh, man. I am so done with that. I am done with being the yes man. I am done with being the errand boy. And I am done with being the garbage collector. I am so done. Because if that is real life, then what is the point? This place gave me the chance to become something I thought I could never be. Happy. And in the end, Rook, isn't that the only thing that really matters? Happiness.
Attention. This is the emergency broadcast system. Take shelter immediately. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
You know what this means? It means the politicians have been silenced. It means the corporations have been erased. It means the world has been cleansed by God's righteous fire.
I just beat the game, and spoiler alert.
Now that you've got your wheels, follow the gravel road off island until you hit the Devil's Fork and see which way the wind takes you. Best of luck, Deputy. I'll call when I've got some new info. Touch out.
Yeah, I beat the game and everyone dies. Spoilers. Yeah, I'm not. If you don't want to know any spoilers, I'll put a thing for, like, skip ahead, because I'm about to, give them all out now. Alright, so John, I kind of liked him. He was pretty decent. His story was pretty awesome, how he had a thing about tattooing people's sins on their chests and then cutting it off and stapling it to walls and shit was pretty creepy. Faith, I believe, was the best damn part of this game. Like, I still, since I went to John first, then Faith, it was pretty damn different, you know, going from a serious guy to some crazy hallucination shit, and I honestly think she was like the best part of the game, mainly because she would just appear out of nowhere all the time to like talk to you and just fucking, like, you'd be trying to take one of the fortresses in her area and she'd be appearing behind you trying to talk in your ear and shit, and it's just like you're distracting the fuck out of me. And then sometimes it's like you want to listen to her, but if you listen and turn around and shit, you're gonna get caught because you're moving through a fortress. So it was pretty fun getting distracted by that. Now the ending, where I chose to resist, and the father nuked everything. If you could see when I pause, the world is like in ruin in the background.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Sing great.
So I'm guessing maybe DLC is what's going to bring that next, and I guess maybe the game's Fallout. That's the plan for this game. It's going to turn into Fallout if you chose the nuclear option, I guess. I figured if I chose not to resist, the game ends, you know? Because last time I chose to not arrest him, the game just ended on me. Even though he said I gave you an option at the beginning. But, you know, at the beginning I did that, and it just ended the game.
When are you gonna realize that every problem cannot be solved with a bullet? When you first came here, I gave you the choice to walk away. You chose not to. In the face of God, I'm making you that offer one last time.
So it's kind of like, there wasn't much choice there, you know? It's not like the story continued if I chose not to resist, which, you know, I kind of think about it now. They could have literally just continued the story off. Probably, you know, instead of even having you end up captured at this bunker, if this is where I'm going, because this is where you and the father end up, I believe, at the complete end. He kills the old man, and then he chains me to the bed like the beginning of the game. Wait a minute, is the old man alive now?
Fix what all they broke.
Yep, he's alive now.
No from the get-go.
The fuck?
They didn't like that.
The option I chose, he kills the old man. Everyone else dies because of a nuclear explosion. And where is it? I am chained to... Is it this bed? Yes, this bed right here. Here we go. Let me see if I can recreate where I was. Yep, right here. This is where I was and the father was talking to me. So, I guess, yeah. And he nuked the entire world, or not even world, just the entire country, I guess. Completely nuked everything and killed everyone. Everybody died. But yeah, I mean, it's not like that now that I am back, I guess. I don't know why. The world's not completely destroyed and everything's just continuing on. Like, did I kill him? Like, I have to ask that. Is he dead? It's because it has a cross across the father. There are no more real story missions aside from helping Buddy with his airplane. The rest of it's like all side stuff. There's a couple story missions, but they have nothing to do with the father. Liberated all of Hope County. Except, I didn't really liberate Hope County. He nuked everything. He completely nuked the entire area, and it was destroyed. And even in my options, it's destroyed, you know? And I'm really guessing that that's gonna be DLC. It's gotta be DLC when, I'm just only guessing that, yeah, DLC will be the continuation of the nuclear option of this game. Or maybe they don't, it never hits that point. Maybe we never get to see this landscape completely destroyed. And then we get to redo everything, you know? We get all these new options of shit to do and whatnot. I mean, this has been a pretty damn good game, though. I mean, I guess I can see what people are complaining about when it comes to the story, you know? I can somewhat see what they're talking about. Not to mention whatever that bug was where the car was in front of us and we drove through it. That was pretty weird. I guess. I don't know. This game has a lot of bugs that need to be fixed.
Shut up about that stuff. Oh my god, I can't wait to eat the spread eagle again.
Sharky. 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 Lead the way!
I was not expecting that.
I'm in position like a
Not to mention the fact that, yeah, he nuked the world, and it's not nuked. I mean, everything's back to normal. I don't understand why that's even, like, an option if it's not going to either end the game or at least destroy the world, you know? I mean, I wouldn't mind replaying all of this completely destroyed and in ruin, Fallout style, whatnot, you know?
Somebody help me!
Oh, God. I don't know. I just feel like that could have continued the game. I don't know if this game is going to go for that games as services. Oh, wait, it's live services thing. I don't know if that's what the future of this is or not. So, you know, I can't really talk on that. But aside from that, when it comes to microtransactions and in-game currency, it is 100% unnecessary. This is one of those cases where the microtransactions weren't put in the game in such a way that the gameplay revolves around them and you don't feel like you need to purchase them, you know? And it kind of proves, like, 100% how unnecessary microtransactions really are in a game. Especially when they're not forcing them down your throat.
I'm here to help mess some shit up, man. But in a good way.
And they're not forcing these microtransactions down your throat, and you can actually unlock everything through gameplay. It's literally 100% unnecessary. At least that's how I feel. By the end of this game, I've unlocked everything I wanted. I was able to get it. I still have the money to unlock stuff that I don't want. And hell, if I did enough side quests, I probably could unlock everything. Oh my god, shut up! I'm talking. Fuck. It just keeps going, doesn't he? But, you know, I don't know. I feel like the microtransactions are 100% unnecessary for this game.
He's all end the world just to begin.
Right.
And one time he showed me his bunker, and it was just wall to wall. I hear ya.
But
I'm here.
I don't know. I feel like the microtransactions are 100% unnecessary for this game. They're unneeded.
Excuse me.
Like, at all. There's just no reason for them. At least after playing and everything, it feels like there's absolutely no reason for the microtransactions. So was I supposed to choose not to fight him? Was I supposed to choose to, like, walk away? Is that the true ending? Or is the nuclear option a true ending? Does the game end immediately if I chose to walk away again? I have to ask because I don't know how to go back unless I restart the entire thing, and if that's what's gonna happen, I might just YouTube it. I don't feel like going all the way back. I mean, I can say at least this much. This is one of those rare occasions in a game where I actually felt like seeing it all the way through, you know? I've played a lot of games in the past couple of years, microtransaction filled, and even with Assassin's Creed Origins. I don't know, I just didn't hold my attention till the end, you know? I played a decent amount of it, got pretty far, but I don't know what it was about the game. It just wasn't able to hold my attention like this one was. Didn't keep me going, you know? And, I don't know, maybe this one feels a little bit shorter than past Far Cry games. I mean, I think I've put about 50 hours into it now. Not including, like, side story and just generally standing around doing jack shit in the game, you know? So, story-wise, I don't know, I think it's decent. I don't like the ending, due to the fact that nothing's nuked, you know? I was expecting a nuclear world and all that, and it to all be over and whatnot. Big irritation. A lot of the fights consist of, you know, dying repeatedly and being revived by your partner. And I'll show a little bit of that, because I did a lot of that when it came to the final fight.
together. We are one. You will feel the full fury of the Lord. Lying is the face of truth.
Cleared my head from that bullshit.
The hands of many are stronger than a few.
Because it's like you gotta revive people. But at the same time, you can accidentally pick up weapons while you're trying to revive people, you know, so... I think the funnest part of all this might be if my audio doesn't record, you know. That might be the best. But, all that aside, I mean, I had a pretty good damn time playing this game. The gunplay's pretty fucking great. A few of the characters I'm gonna remember. Faith is like one of my favorites still. I'm gonna remember her. Wait a minute, why am I using... Oh, I only have... God damn it.
Come on, I need your help.
You chose a bad time to come over here, man. That's one irritation, you know. There's a lot of bugs and glitches that were irritating, but all that aside, after seeing the ending, you know, I was gonna go with like a 9 out of 10 for this game, but after seeing the ending and everything, and especially due to the fact that I guess my ending was nuclear option and it's not nuclear option, I'm gonna have to go with like an 8 out of 10, I'd say. I mean, it would have definitely been a 9 out of 10 had it not been for the fucking, you know, the fact that it's not all nuked or anything. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what to say, at least. That I expected, you know. Expected the world to be over and at least a continued story, but I'm guessing the DLC will add that, maybe. So, I guess we have that to look forward to, because this was a damn good game, and, you know, if you can hear me over the swimming, the microtransactions aren't worth the money, but I would definitely think if they, you know, if they add decent enough DLC, or maybe DLC where the world... Okay, you gotta go. Because I can't be trying to talk over something.
Adios until next time.
If they release good enough DLC where this, you know, it continues the story, then definitely this game is worth it. But, you know, at the same time, it's kind of like, now I gotta wait for DLC in order to actually see what the world's gonna turn out to be, you know? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, 8 out of 10. Pretty good story. Confusing ending. Due to the fact that, world's not over. Everything's not nuked and everything's not fucked. But then again, I guess that would have taken a lot of work to, put it like that, you know? To make the world as such, so... I don't know. I guess I can't really be that mad about it. I mean, I'm not, because I had a great time getting through this game all the way through. till the end. I unlocked everything I wanted without paying any extra money because the microtransactions are 100% unnecessary in this game. Like, there is no reason for them. There's really no reason for them other than the fact of a quick buck. Like, you can't use the, oh, I don't have the time to unlock all these things argument here, because by the time it takes you to beat this game, at least in the time it took me to get through all the main story quests, I got all the money I needed, and I didn't start doing side stuff till almost the end, like maybe 4 missions till the end. That's when I started focusing on any side stuff that didn't really, like, you know, matter that much. Little things here and there that got me small cash and I don't know. But as you roam around the world and go from mission to mission, taking outpost to outpost, you're gonna get the money and silver. I mean, save the silver for the fucking good weapons, like any of the expensive ones. That's what I did. And then, not only that, I got enough. I could have bought all of them with cash if I wanted to. My main thing was I just didn't want to blow cash on them when I knew the game was going to hand out free premium currency, you know? I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, I guess if I wanted to unlock all the cosmetics, maybe, but there's really not that many good cosmetics, I guess. I mean, there's a few decent ones, and again, you'll unlock all those by the time you play your game. Matter of fact, I should have the money. Yeah, I got 14,000 right now. Like, I could buy another gun, even though I've unlocked almost every gun, except the ones I don't care about. You know? But aside from that, story was pretty damn good. Ending, meh, because everything's not destroyed. But it shows it in my menu, you know? And let's see, Season Pass. So zombies is one of the things. Hours of Darkness. And that looks like Vietnam, kinda. Doesn't it? If that's just me. And then Mars. I mean, I'm guessing that's gonna be a whole nother map then. So maybe the zombies will be... The DLC for zombies will be the nuked world. And new missions and, you know, all of that. Maybe it'll continue off there. I mean, my whole thing is I don't buy season passes anymore because I'm tired of paying a shitload of money for half-ass DLC that isn't worth 10 cents, let alone $20 to $30, 40 sometimes, EA, with your fucking, I did a video a while back about EA that I haven't released, because I'm pretty goddamn tired of their shit. And it's at that point where I don't even want to play The Sims anymore, and I loved that game. It's just like bad taste, EA, bad taste, and even Anthem. Like I said it on the Anthem Twitter. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be buying that game. And it's because of EA, their recent PR bullshit that they just recently said. You know, treating us like fucking retards. Like, we're fucking retarded. Seriously, they treat us like we're fucking retarded. That is the main reason I will not be purchasing Anthem. It has nothing to do with BioWare, or their team, or any of that. And they need to stop blaming YouTubers for talking bad about the game and all that, because it has nothing to do with them either. It's EA. That's exactly why I'm going to avoid Anthem, is because EA literally treats us like we don't know shit. Like we're fucking stupid. Like they're being generous by reverting Star Wars Battlefront back to what it should have been originally. And that's another thing. I'm never going to purchase that game. I don't give a shit if it's a real video game now. I'm never going to purchase that game because EA. Their label alone is enough to steer clear and not touch the game. And that's the thing. The company you work with is the reason why I'm not going to be touching a lot of these games. It's just like EA, WB. WB's turning back fucking Shadow of War now that they milked their customers already, got all the money they wanted, and, you know, apparently they learned that it wasn't a good... It undermined the system, something that everybody said originally. Now I avoid the game. That's the same thing. WB, EA. Two companies that I know avoid the game. Just don't. It's not worth it. Like Bungie, they made their spot on that list now too, which is sad because Halo used to be my shit back in the day. But hey, I'm getting way off topic. We're supposed to be talking about Far Cry 5. The gunplay in this game is fucking amazing. Honestly, I love the gunplay, some of the stealth elements, but the stealth in this game seems kind of meh. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they were trying to be very realistic when it comes to people catching you and all that, but it seemed like people would catch me very easily and figure out my position, like, very easily, too. Silencers, speaking of which, kind of completely useless. I guess I know they kind of went for more of a realistic where, you know, they do make sound when you shoot them. There is a sound and people can hear it. But at the same time, you know, I kind of thought they would have kept the video game feel to it, so that if you did want to go in stealthy with a silencer and you were to kill people, they don't need to be a super good amount of distance away from each other in order for another person to hear it. But I know the same thing happens with bow and arrows. If somebody's like on the other side of a wall, like, I guess the best way to put it would be, if I used a bow and arrow or a silenced weapon, if I killed somebody right here and there was somebody over here or in this general area, they're gonna know that they died. I've noticed that that happens sometimes. Not every time will it happen, but a lot of times it does, more than not. And it's kind of like, not only will they all be alert, but sometimes they'll be completely alert, where it's like they know where I am immediately. Like, sometimes they won't know where I am, and I can still sneak around and be able to not get caught easily, but then other times it's kind of like they immediately know where I am, and there's nothing I can really do, not much, but stealth has been kind of dumbed down. If you've noticed that they've gone away from the realistic world, I mean, Far Cry 2, I guess, was the best example to use when it came to that, but they also started doing Steam Greenlight stuff when it comes to trees. You know, there's a lot of trees that are not solid, and that's kind of irritating, because sometimes you'll try to use trees for cover, and then you'll find out, oh yay, these are not solid trees, so the bullets go right through them. But then there are these solid trees where bullets don't go through them, you know? And bullets won't go through walls either. That's another thing that I found out later on through my playthrough. You know, that was an old thing the game used to do. They stepped away from realistic worlds, I feel like. This was more of a movie feel game than a realistic world, realism and all that. I feel like they stepped away from all that stuff and started trying to give it more of a feel, but at the same time they're kind of following the formula of Ubisoft, which like all their games are starting to follow, and it hasn't failed yet. That's like the best way to put it. This game was able to continue the Ubisoft formula without being a complete flop, so I'm just wondering how long until that formula does start to flop, you know? That's like another thing. Like, when are we gonna get tired of the go from location, 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 take out the compound, take out the compound, take out the compound, take out the compound, fight the big boss, liberate the area, you know? And that's kind of like the formula of Ubisoft now when it comes to games like this. So, oh wow, I completely missed. Fires are a lot more tame than they used to be. They spread to a point, you know? I think at this distance I should be safe. Yeah, it did. Oh, there we go. I was wondering how long it's going to take for it to go up the tree. I actually have yet to stare at a tree I set on fire to see what happens to it, so... Yeah, the bottom fire already stopped, and so did that one. It looks like the same tree, but black. Huh. Didn't even lose its leaves or nothing. Yeah, they definitely stepped away from realism when it comes to the world and all that. Another big issue I have when it comes to hunting, like, I kind of wish that they made hunting more realistic, you know? Because I kind of figured Endgame... I mean, since the world's not nuked, I was figuring I would just start hunting, you know? But then I realized hunting's not realistic whatsoever. Deer take multiple shots to kill. Same with, like, a duck. I can't just take a, what was it? I can't remember what the hell the name of the gun is. But I can't just take down a duck with one shot when it comes to a specific gun that was, like, you know, lever action. There you go. That thing needs at least 2 shots on a duck. Maybe 3. Last I checked. Sometimes. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the animal. But realistic hunting is out of the question. So, there's that. Bow to the face on a deer doesn't kill it automatically. You know, so realistic hunting is out of the question. So that's one of the endgame things that I was kind of like looking forward to, but then I remembered quickly that hunting isn't realistic in this game, you know. You could shoot a deer in the head with an arrow, it ain't going down on that first arrow, and I'm guessing that was kind of to level out the microtransaction shit, so you're not getting so much money, especially since the second every animal is in trouble, it runs away immediately, which is why I have the semi-automatic shotgun, you know. Unless you kill the animal quick, it's gonna run. It's gonna take off and run faster than you can even catch up. Like, and there have been times where the cheeseburger hasn't even been able to catch him, and that's what I carry him along when I go hunting. If an animal runs, he's my, like, only hope to get it at that point. It's, you gotta catch up to them because they're just gonna keep running. But, you know, that's another complaint I have, but at the same time, it didn't really kill my experience of the game. I still had fun, you know? It's just one of those things I wish wasn't like that. I wish hunting was more realistic, at least when it came to killing animals. It killed them. If you shot him in the head, at least that was a headshot for an animal. Like, a deer should die from one headshot of a bow. But that's just me, I don't know. At least that's my playthrough. That's how I've experienced the game. I've shot deer in the head with a bow, and it didn't kill them. They ran. And, you know, 2 arrows sometimes didn't even take down a deer. It's a deer. 1 headshot and then body shot. It's a deer. Come on. Like, I think I did a good enough amount of shots there. But, I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. That's a little complaint. The world isn't fucked. It's not nuked. You know, I mean, heavy spoilers on this, but at the same time, the review is gonna have everything. I've played the entire game. I've experienced it all, and I'm giving my opinion on the entire experience, which I pretty much, honestly, I haven't been able to say this in a long time, enjoyed. I enjoyed playing this game all the way through, and it's been a long time since I've played a game that I have enjoyed actually finishing, you know? I actually haven't played that many games where I finish them, or want to finish them, or I even feel like finishing them. A lot of times I play a game and it's just like I get to a point where I'm like, you know? It's like fun to a point, but then it gets repetitive and you're just doing the same shit in different areas over and over and over. And even with the story, when the story's changing, it doesn't really change much, you know? It's like the Ubisoft formula. Some games, it works, and you can play the game all the way through, like Far Cry 5 did. It worked here. Ghost Recon Wildlands, that was one of those games where that formula was kind of like, I couldn't play that game all the way through. Not to say that I didn't have fun, but it was too much repetitive, doing the same thing. Go from area to area, liberate outpost, blah, 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 you know, the Ubisoft formula. But, yeah, 8 out of 10. Almost said 9 out of 10, I forgot the ending. 8 out of 10. With the ending being nuclear. I don't know if there's another option, but, you know, I'm hoping DLC will continue that, you know, follow off of where that storyline ends, because the fact that me and him were tied up, or at least I was tied up with the father, he's not dead, and it's not like he ran away. There's absolutely no explanation as to why everyone's alive, why the world is fine, the father is taken care of, apparently. He's taken care of. But that makes no sense, you know. It really makes absolutely no sense. And I guess that's, like, I haven't read anything when it came to people saying that the story is the issue with this game. A lot of people say that that's, like, one of the big problems of this game is the story. But, I don't know. I feel like the story was really good up until that. Like, that was my only break in the story, to be honest. But, oh, wait a minute, what's his name? What's his name? Jacob. Jacob, I did not like his thing, him and his little mystery box.
Went to a whole lot of trouble for nothing. That's okay. He knows better now. I told you, you're not a hero. You are a tool. And you know your purpose. You've known it from the beginning.
Yeah, doing that marathon run repeatedly was very annoying. And I did not enjoy doing it whatsoever. Didn't matter how many times Jacob made me do it, you know. It was just one of those things where it got to a point where it was like, okay, I feel like this part of the story was kind of rushed, but I don't know. I'm just hoping that DLC continues whatever that story was, because right now I'm really lost. I don't know what the hell is up with the world, why everyone's alive, and, you know, I guess it's just one of those things where I'm going to start looking into it. I'll look up the other ending and see what happens if you chose to not resist, you know? But until then, I guess I just gotta wait for DLC and hope it continues.
I don't like them, but like them in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life? Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. I don't like the frogs. Gay. Friggin' frogs. Frogs. Friggin' frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Frogs.